The Chiefs' 53-man roster is finally here. Chiefs Kingdom, today is the day that we have all been waiting for. It is cutdown day, and all around the league, teams are going to trim their preseason roster from 90 players all the way down to 53. The deadline was 3 p.m. Central Time. The Chiefs decided to wait over 2 hours, so let's jump right into it. No need for you to wait any longer. Here is the Chiefs' 53-man roster going into the 2024 season. Now make sure you drop in the comments below what you think about this 53-man roster. Are there any names that stand out to you? Any players you thought should have made this list that didn't? Drop in the comments below your opinions. As always, we want to hear from you. And about 24 hours from now, we should know about the practice squad. Of course, we'll bring you that news once we get it. But in order to get down from 90 to 53, the Chiefs had to scrape a few off of the list. These are the players that were released or waived. Again, in the comments below, let us know, did you see any players go that you thought should have stayed? As always, we want to hear from you. Well, one reason the 53-man roster might have taken a while is one player made the cut less than 24 hours before the cuts were due. This is linebacker Cam Thomas. Monday evening, the Chiefs traded a 7th-round draft pick with the Arizona Cardinals to secure Thomas, as first reported by NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. Now, details of the trade, according to SpotRack, showed the Chiefs sending their 2025 7th-round NFL draft pick to Arizona. Thomas will be guaranteed at least $1.1 million in 2024 and $1.4 million in 2025. Now, Sports Illustrated Jordan Foote writes, Thomas, who's 24, has been with the Cardinals for 2 seasons and was set to enter his 3rd with the club. The former San Diego State standout logged 39 tackles for loss and 21 sacks in 4 collegiate campaigns with the Aztecs, boosting his stock with pretty solid pre-draft athletic testing. Now, that led him to being selected 87th overall in the 2022 NFL Draft, and since then, however, things haven't gone swimmingly for Thomas. Following a 3-sack rookie campaign, he didn't log a single sack last season and had just 1 quarterback hit in 15 games. That's despite playing 355 snaps on defense for Arizona and another 119 on special teams, so it wasn't necessarily due to lack of opportunity. One of his most notable plays as a Cardinal was scoring the team's first touchdown in 2023 on a fumble recovery. Now, more of a down lineman than a linebacker for Kansas City, Thomas just enjoyed a solid 2024 preseason with Arizona. With that being said, the Cardinals felt comfortable enough with their depth to move him. Donnie Durham with Arizona Cardinals on Sports Illustrated documented head coach Jonathan Gannon's recent thoughts on the situation. In 200 opportunities to rush the passer a season ago, Thomas recorded 16 pressures. His conversion rate for his career is 35 pressures and 355 such chances, which could play along Steve Spagnuolo and Joe Colin's defensive line. The 6'4", 265-pounder will now attempt to latch on with a Kansas City rotation that is headlined by George Karlaftis and Mike Danis, supported by Malik Herring, Felix Anudike-Uzomah, Charles Omenihu as he returns from injury. Now, if you want more information on the type of linebacker that Thomas is, check out the KCSN 2022 Draft Guide, which details the strengths and weaknesses of his game coming out of college. This guide also shares just how Thomas will fit in with the Chiefs and how he could play within Steve Spagnuolo's unit. Another reason Kansas City might have been a little late today is they kept the late trades going this afternoon. Just this afternoon, Kansas City made another trade. So Juju gets signed Monday morning. The Chiefs trade with Arizona for Cam Thomas Monday night. And then Tuesday afternoon, about 30 minutes before the roster deadline, the Chiefs added one more to their offensive arsenal. The Chiefs are sending a 2026 conditional 7th-round pick to Dallas for tight end Peyton Hendershot. This is per Tom Pelissero. According to Pelissero, Dallas plans to cut the 25-year-old who appeared in 25 games with Dallas. Instead, he now lands as one of Travis Kelce's understudies in Kansas City. Now, according to Bleacher Report, the Indiana University product was a secondary contributor at best during his 2 seasons with the Cowboys. He finished his rookie campaign in 2022 with 11 catches for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then followed with 4 catches for 38 yards last year. Now, he also had just 1 catch and 10 yards during the preseason this season. So Hendershot is 6'4", 254 pounds, very similar to Kelce, who comes in at 6'5" and about 250. All right, today NFL owners voted and approved a proposal that will allow teams to sell up to a total of 10% of each team to a list of permitted private equity firms. This is according to ESPN's website. The owners flew to Minnesota for a special session today called by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, where they approved allowing the sale of 10% of stake in franchise to a select number of private equity firms the league has vetted out over the past few months. Now, this is also according to ESPN's Adam Schefter and multiple reports. This move will allow private equity firms to invest as limited partners, which could free up cash for owners to pursue projects such as stadium renovations, and it would also represent a large shift in how the league has historically operated, with the majority of franchises traditionally being run as a family business with single-family ownership. Since the vote went as expected and was approved, there's still no requirement for NFL teams to take on private equity investment. That decision will still come on a club-by-club basis, and any potential deals would still need to be approved by the league's owner. This change means the NFL will now join every other major American sports league and most of global soccer in allowing some level of private equity ownership. The NBA, MLS, NWSL, NHL, and MLB all allow for up to 30% of their franchises to be owned by private equity firms or, in some cases, sovereign wealth funds. This doesn't mean one fund can purchase 30% of a team, though. Some leagues cap how much a single fund can invest, like the MLS and the NBA, and NHL and NWSL, who allowed 20% of ownership by one fund. The MLB has 15% of a cap. All right, let's hit social media now, starting on Twitter. Did you see this tweet yesterday? Former Chief L'Jarius Sneed talked about his departure from Kansas City, saying he was upset. Now, the quote comes from a recent interview Sneed did with the Pivot podcast, where he shared how much Kansas City meant to him and how he wanted to stay with the Chiefs. He said, quote, "I didn't talk to them. I was bitter. ... Kansas City was like my first love. They showed me the ways and showed me how to be a champion and gave me 2 rings." Now for the full interview, check out the link on Pivot Podcast Twitter account. And the Kelce bros are making headlines per usual. ESPN reports that the brothers, Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce, have indeed reached new heights, with their new podcast signing a deal with Amazon's Wondery that is reportedly worth more than $100 million over 3 years. Now, the deal was announced today, and it gives exclusive ad sales and distribution rights to Wondery. Travis and Jason Kelce said in the statement that "We love the show and the fan base that has grown with us over the past 2 seasons. Wondery understands the shared vision and will offer wealth of experience and resources to take us to new heights. We're going to create some groundbreaking moments together through this partnership. We are thrilled to start season 3. See you soon, 92%ers. Another one for social media today, the GOAT argument continues Tuesday with ESPN's latest article. In a recent player survey, ESPN polled a group of 103 players from 25 teams, and 85 voted Tom Brady as the NFL GOAT over Mahomes, who earned just 7 votes. What do you think about the poll? Drop in the comments below your thoughts. All right, last one for real. Travis Kelce buys stake in a horse named Swift Delivery. This is according to ESPN. Swift Delivery has won his past 2 starts, each at Woodbine Racetrack outside of Toronto, after finishing no better than 3rd in his first 6 races. Kelce and the Zoldan family recently acquired a significant share of the 3-year-old horse. It was not immediately clear if the horse was named after Swift or if the involvement is coincidental. But Kelce attended the Kentucky Derby with the family earlier this year. He is a friend of Phantom Fireworks CEO Bruce Zoldan's son, Alex. The family has a long history in horse racing, including an interest in the 2011 Derby winner, Animal Kingdom. All right, folks, thanks for waiting around for this episode as we waited for the 53-man roster to finally drop. As always, like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Tuesday nights. We'll see you back here on Wednesday to get all caught up.